Another development was the starting of a kindergarten school for the children. One of the helpers undertook to teach them their prayers and their catechism, and this gradually expanded into a regular class where the children were taught religion and their local language, Malayalam. Once again, the principle was insisted on that the people must be prepared to pay for the services they receive. The children had to bring their few coppers with them and pay them into the communal fund. It was around this time that an approach was made to Goethe, the Irish Freedom from Hunger campaign, for help in the building of a community centre. The result was Goethe House, a multi-purpose building which has become the centre of life for the women in the village. One part is used as a shop, which sells rice and grain and oil and other essential commodities at prices which the people can easily afford. The inside of Goethe House is a social and community centre, which the women can use when they're not working with the fish. Arts and crafts are taught, and one of the most popular activities is net making, which has the advantage of being useful to the community and of earning extra pocket money for the net makers. Recently they started to use nylon for their nets. They were warned by their menfolk that the nylon would drive the fish away, but the men were wrong, and the new nets have proved much more flexible and hard-wearing than the old. A woman working for 7 hours a day can hardly earn more than 50 paise, or 3.5 pence in our money in Kerala. At Goethe House, women are trained in other kinds of sophisticated craft work, such as knitting and embroidery. Their work is then marketed on a cooperative basis and provides the women with a better wage than they could ever expect to earn on their own.
The primary Sangha
Up to this, the men had shown little interest in cooperation. What finally brought them together was a project to build a new church in place of the hall in which Mass had been set up to then. They intended to put aside a proportion of their catch each week, but when they did their sums, they found that they were not getting anything like a fair price for their fish. The foundation stone of the church was laid, but the money to continue with the building was simply not available, and there seemed no chance of an improvement in the situation. The root of the men's problem was the system of auctioning fish. The fishermen were good at catching fish, but bad at selling it. When they compared notes, they discovered that all of them had the same kind of stories to tell, of being cheated by auctioneers, exploited by moneylenders, and squeezed by the middlemen who grow as thickly as coconut palms along the beaches of Kerala. The fishermen brought their problems to the animators, and they found the animators ready for them. They proposed what seemed to be the only solution. The fishermen must form a co-op, employ their own auctioneers, and cut out the middlemen. The pros and cons were all thrashed out one Saturday evening, and in the end the men said, yes, we'll auction our own fish ourselves, starting next Monday. And so the Fishermen's Co-op was born, and the benefits of cooperation made clear to all. In fact, the cooperative auction worked so well that soon fishermen were coming from other villages to sell their catch on the beach at Mariyanadu, where prices were fair, and the dishonest merchants and moneylenders had no longer any place. The auctioneers don't all employ the same technique. Some use the hard sell, firm-jawed and steely-eyed, refusing to take no for an answer. Others prefer the soft sell, and exude charm and benevolence to the prospective customers. But whatever the technique of the auctioneer, the important thing is that the fish are sold at a fair price. The gain for the fishermen at Mariyanadu has been immense, not just in terms of money, but in terms of human dignity.
സംഘത്തിലുള്ള ആൾക്കാർക്കാണെങ്കിൽ സംഘം വഴി ചേർന്നുകൊണ്ട്
As a member of the co-op, I am able to get a fair price and a higher price for the fish I catch, and I get it the very next day. This is something that fishermen who are not members don't get. They have to sell their fish to a moneylender and may have to wait days for their money, if they get it at all. When auctioning our fish, the co-op deducts 5%, of which 2% is credited to our personal savings accounts, and 3% goes as commission to the co-op. This 3% is what makes the income of the co-op. If the co-op makes a profit, this is distributed among the members once a year. A man who is a member of the co-op feels he is really a person, and this is perhaps the most important thing of all. Another problem looking for another solution. What was to be done when there were exceptionally large catches and there were not enough buyers on the beach? The old solution was to sell at giveaway prices or throw the fish away. But now the co-op has invested in an up-to-date plant where surplus fish can be processed and kept in refrigeration until a suitable market is found. Fish from Mariyanadu is now regularly on sale as far away as the city of Trivandrum, which is 30 miles away, thanks to the business skill of John Kurian, one of the 4 animators.
Well, for facts, the cooperative started, for example, with a sale of 50,000 rupees. And now we have a sale of 600,000 rupees. That's about 10-fold increase in 6 years. And membership hasn't doubled, but has gone up by about 50%. Then, for example, savings. Savings has also more than gone up by 5 times the level at which it started. And savings is what the people have for themselves. Well, if income is an indicator, well, then you have people who have joined the cooperative have more than double their income. If participation is a success, then you have people who are really involved in the actual decision making in the cooperative. And if you see a meeting of a general body meeting of a cooperative, you'll really feel that, I mean, they own the thing and they want to run it and they feel that it's theirs. And I think these are the 2 measures I would use to really be convinced that this is a people's organization which has been a success.
The other villages on the coast still keep their primitive appearance, picturesque to look at, but miserable to live in, especially during the monsoon season. But good news travels fast, and helping the good news to travel is the job of Nalini, the 4th and last member of the team of animators.